Hey guys, Jason here, and this video is a little bit different from my regular content, but we got 3 things to talk about today. The first of which is announcing that I'm selling my own Lightroom presets that I've been developing and refining for basically as long as I've had a camera. But the second one, in addition to that, is that I'm also offering a free preview or a light version of that preset pack because I always want to support the people that are kind of where I was a couple years back and don't got the cash to drop on that. And lastly, I'm introducing y'all to my Buy Me a Coffee page, which is kind of like Patreon, but it's for the most supportive of the supporters, those that want to do something as simple as buy me a coffee to maybe investing more in the work and the art that I create here on YouTube. But that's what we got to talk about today. I'm also considering maybe doing some like long form music edits and putting those on there as paid extras, maybe behind the scenes as well. But that's all kind of up in the air right now, considering if I can do that at the same time as I do YouTube. But what's for sure is that we got Lightroom presets, a free pack that y'all can check out from the links down below, and introducing that Buy Me a Coffee page. Let's get into the things we gotta talk about. Alright, so let's run through the presets that are included on my 2021 Jason R Lightroom preset pack, which is actually 10 bucks on Buy Me a Coffee. You can pick it up right now from down below. I know I may be a tad biased, but I think this is pretty cheap, pretty good value for what I think is an incredible tool for getting started and just learning the basics of photography and editing. But let me go ahead and pull up these presets so I know what I'm talking about, so you know what you're getting if you pick it up. Alright, so the first preset is called Washed in White, and it's honestly one of my favorite photography looks of all time. It's mostly meant for daylight shots, and probably specifically portraits, especially those that got a lot of green in the background. But the best demonstration of this is that quarantine photo shoot that I did back in April, where you just kind of slap this on and you get what I described in the video as a pretty heaven-like shot. Take a look for yourself. Next is All Too Familiar Product Shot, which is a preset that's designed to make top-down wide table shots look as good as they possibly can. And if you've been subscribed to my channel for a while, you know that I take a lot of pictures top-down on my white IKEA desk, and I kind of just fell into the routine of getting the same sort of overall look and feel, and that's what this preset is all about. So if you like the look of my thumbnails for my keyboard video, my A7 Pro videos, or the everyday carry feature I did a little while back, this is the preset you need. The next preset is Pastel Pink is the second best color, because Pastel Pink is the second best color. I remember taking these pictures around the time I was in St. Augustine on a trip back in sophomore year of high school. But I remember taking these pictures at the dock around sunrise and just kind of falling in love during the edit with the pink and salmon creamy tones that I was able to get, and this preset is an embodiment of that look. The next preset we got is Travel Vlog, a preset that's not only stylish, but versatile, and it's also free, included in the light version of this preset pack that you can grab from down below. But this preset pack works especially well on some snaps I got from the Japan trip a couple summers ago. It's also where it gets its name from, but with this preset, it kind of just balances the overall light. Greens get pushed a tad cooler, not too much though. Blues get pushed towards teal, and of course there's a nice black crush and split tone to kind of just round out the look. Definitely one of those presets you kind of just throw on random snaps throughout your day when you're traveling to put on your Instagram story. next preset is Clear Cool Water. Why? Because it's actually built around this picture of the Selway River from when I was in Idaho, which, surprise surprise, has clear, cool water. But with this look, it's a pretty fresh, crisp overall feel. Slight black crush, evergreen as the dominant hue, subtle teals in the shadows, and honestly any daytime landscape with a whole bunch of green, this would look phenomenal. Next up is this one called the Bare Minimum. And unlike all other presets that are built for raw photos that are typically taken in aperture priority mode on my G7, this one's made for compressed photos out of a phone camera. It's also very versatile, throw it on most photos for a classy Instagrammer look that never misses. Oh, and this one's free too, because if your main camera is your phone, I'd much rather have you spend your money on saving towards a camera upgrade as opposed to buying presets you couldn't really use. So yeah, you can get this one included on the light pack, and hope this one helps you all out. Next is Don't Be So Dramatic, a look that was born out of me being split between going for that tack sharp, crisp, dramatic feel and also sticking to my Instagram theme. This is born out of that split, and I think it's a pretty nice look in between, if I do say so myself. It's meant mostly for that time of the year when there's very little color to work with, trees are all dead, so you resort to contrast to add punch to the photos as opposed to color. It also salvages clouds from blown out skies when you're shooting in RAW pretty well, so there's that. It's a pretty nice look. Next up is this guy, Untarnished Bronze, a really satisfying look that I developed a couple years back. What I really just did is took a portrait with some greens in the back and took those greens, pushed them towards orange, desaturated a little bit, and then bumped the luminance to get kind of a bronze look that I think looks pretty cool. It's dope for portraits with green in the background. I'd say kind of slap this one on, try it, and see if it works. It's definitely not as versatile as some of the other presets, but I think it's a cool look. It's included in the free preset, and that is Untarnished Bronze. The older brother of Untarnished Bronze is Tarnished Bronze, and I know it's a stupid way of naming things, but when bronze tarnishes, it turns kind of a greenish hue, and that's the colors we got with this preset. But it basically takes the greens and kind of pushes them a tad towards teal to get a Statue of Liberty kind of feel, and it's clean, simple, and the flip side of the preset before. The last two presets are two presets that I've actually developed the most recently in the past, but they're also definitely not any less useful than the rest. So the first is How It Glows, which is named after my song that I just released, but it's named that because it was kind of built around golden hour with the sun glowing, but specifically glowing and hitting brick buildings up against the sky, up against a blue teal sky specifically. But is that a bit specialized? Maybe, possibly, perhaps, but building photography, or I guess building against sky photography, is super hard to mess up. It's really rewarding as a beginner photographer, and for that reason I think anybody that's delving into photo, or maybe just wants to sharpen up their skills, will find a lot of use in this one. And we got the Bestest Ringmaster here, named as the off-brand version of The Greatest Showman. I kind of posted some photos using this preset, or I guess at that time using the settings that I was developing this preset with, to my Artistic Ventures Instagram, and a commenter said that it reminded them of the rooftop scenes from The Greatest Showman, just with the colors and the lights. And these are of course taken with fading light around dusk with some warm bokeh in the background, but I think it's a nice look that honestly would work with a lot of cooler photos that were taken around Blue Hour. So to recap, the paid preset pack comes with 11 premium presets, plus every single demonstration photo that you've seen in this video. That's just so you can kind of learn the presets, the settings, and get a feel for my edits, even beyond the presets, but how I edit in general, if that makes sense. And then the free pack comes with 3 of the premium presets, plus quite a few example photos for you to mess around with. Not the exact same ones that I used as the demonstration photos, but high quality photos, raw quality nonetheless. I also put a couple unnamed presets on the free pack, being the settings that I used to edit this photo and this photo, but that's just as like a bonus and extra on that free pack. But head over to buymeacoff.ee/JasonR to pick up the paid preset pack, which is definitely the culmination of quite a few years of just learning and improving and just developing my process and my style as a photographer. But it's also a great way to support the channel. And if you want to do that in other ways besides the presets, you can do that there too. Buy me a coffee, or buy me some Chipotle, or just invest more money than that if you are okay with that, or if you have the assets to be able to do that. But just invest in the work that I'm doing. Besides that, we covered everything we needed to in this video. Thanks for being here and staying until the very end. I appreciate y'all, and I'll catch you in the next video.